what are some conflict resolution skills you would recommend for new relationships? I mean, I don't know that they're different than for established ones.
I don't know that they're different than established relationships.
I mean, what I might say, because again, I am that bitch, is like, don't do the I'm a perfect person for like the huge first chunk of your relationship. Don't do that. Like, don't be your worst self. Like, they don't need to see like I haven't showered for 3 days and I'm having my 5th box of macaroni and cheese. Not that I've ever done that. Ever. But, like, if something is bugging you and it feels weird, just bring it up right away. See how that happens. Not that I look for conflict, but I try to make sure that if there's something coming up early in a relationship, I bring it up real fast just to see how that goes. Yeah. Because I need to know, right? Like, if someone is going to be using some very unhelpful, harmful conflict skills... Yeah. I want to know that really early on before I'm deeply emotionally invested in someone.
Yeah. And it's also good to watch that from the other direction, too. Does this other person bring up things when it bothers them, or do they wait until they explode?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, too, when you're new in a relationship, I think it's really, really easy to be in this place of like, oh, but we'll be fine. Like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're gonna love each other so much. If you've watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, they have that song, We'll Never Have Problems Again. It's such a good song. Everybody should listen to it and remind themselves when they're in NRE that it's a fucking lie. When we are in a new relationship, we have this like infinite belief in our ability to be different people. That like, yes, them leaving their socks on the floor is bugging me now, but, like, I'm going to be fine with it. It's only bugging me at, like, a 1 or 2, and I'm sure they're going to stop. And or I will stop being a person who's annoyed by socks on the floor. I'm sure. It's always been who I am, but not with this person. They will change me. Right. No. Like, you can change.
One day those socks will bother you.
But those socks will fucking bother you, right? And, something that I've done is I put together a relationship manual that talks about, like, who I am and what my shit is. Because... I want people to know. Like, if you're dating me, I want you to be able to look at my shit and be able to make an informed decision about, like, whether this is going to work for you. It's the same thing of, like, I think that if you have things that are important to you in a relationship, like deal breakers, you should talk about them real early. Yeah. Like, don't wait until 6 months in to discuss whether this person wants kids or not, because...
Yeah, that can actually be really manipulative. That was one of the things with the... darn it. Dan Savage was talking last week about the Jonah thing. Yeah. And one of the things he said was that manipulative people will wait until the other person has gotten very emotionally invested. Then they start with the manipulative behavior. So bring up this stuff early.
Yeah, and I think I've seen some people in poly groups talk about, like, you shouldn't be having any big conversations for at least 6 months. And I'm like, absolutely not. By date 3, you should know. Does this person want to get married? Does this person want to cohabitate with people? Does this person want kids? Like...
You should be asking the big questions. You should not be making the big changes.
No. Don't make the big plans. Like, don't pick your house out together.
Don't move across the country for somebody you've known for 2 months.
But you should know, like, are we aligned on these things? Right. I love trashy reality TV. The Ultimatum, I don't know if you've watched that on Netflix. They did an all-queer season with, like, lesbians and sapphics. And it was so bad. Because... I'm
going to have to go look that up.
Okay, so the premise of The Ultimatum, for you and for anybody else who hasn't watched it, is there are couples where one person wants to get married, the other isn't sure, so they give their partner an ultimatum of, like, you need to propose or we're going to break up. So they come to this show, and at the start of the show, they break up, and then they date everybody else who's there, and pick somebody else to move in with for 3 weeks in a trial marriage. And then they break up with that person, move back in with their original person for 3 weeks, and at the end of that second 3 weeks, they decide who they want to marry. Or if they want to leave alone. Right? It's horrendous. But what happens on this show is you see that a lot of these couples have been together for 3-5 years, and they have fundamental differences and incompatibilities that they refuse to acknowledge because they've been together so long and they want to be together. Right. Like, I really want to be married. I really want to have kids. I don't know if I ever want to have kids. We can't break up, though, because we love each other so much.
Yeah.
Break up! Break up! Please. Right. Please.
It's not the end of the world.
I've been the breakup doula for enough couples.
Yeah.
Please, just do it yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. I will happily be your breakup doula. I love this. But there's this way that people get deep into these relationships that have a fundamental incompatibility about something very important.
Yeah.
And they just
bury their head in the sand.
This person's gonna change. Of course they're gonna want kids eventually. Of course they're gonna eventually want monogamy. Of course they're eventually going to want to live in the suburbs, in the house, rather than in the city, in the apartment. Like, just... There was this old show, Coupling, that was written by Stephen Moffat.
I've seen that.
Right? And Sally is like dating this new person and comes to her friends and says to them, he's a whole buffet of improvability.
Improvability is not something to look for.
Your partner is not a DIY project. Like, that's not... You shouldn't date someone for who you're going to change them into. That's not healthy for either of you. Yeah. But yeah, skills in new relationships, same as skills in established ones. And I think, like, a lot of people would argue it's, like, easier to have conflict in a new relationship in some ways because stakes are lower, right? Like, you don't already live together. But
it depends.
It depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the situation. Yeah. You know, I think that, like, the things that are good skills are good skills. And I think sometimes it is easier for us to be skillful early in a relationship because...
It's certainly easier to make up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the sex is still fire.
Yeah.
Well, I don't stay when the sex is not fire because sex is actually really important to me. And it's okay for sex to be important. Yes. That's okay. Sex can be a very important thing for you in your relationships.
Absolutely.